Oh, good, yeah. I reckon we're ready to start.
Okay, so welcome, thanks for joining us. Welcome to the first of our Zoom classes live. So as just said, you'll need a chair just to use for your balance if you need it, and one dumbbell, whichever weight you have. I'd start conservative, start low if you have a choice. So before we get into the 4 exercises that we're going to do to work the anatomical sling, we will do a full body warm up so that by the time we hit the sling work, we're nice and warm. So we're going to start at the feet and work our way up to the head. So we're going to start with some calf raises. So we're all very familiar with our calf raises. Holding onto the chair if you need it for balance, and we're just going to go up onto the toes, lifting the heels off the floor, and we'll do 10 of these. That's 3 and 4 and 5. So a lot of you know these as our kettle boiler exercise. So when you have that time that wait for the kettle to boil, just grab a hold of the cabinet, kitchen cabinet, and 10 times calf raises. Excellent. Good. And we'll stay with the ankle, just again holding onto the chair for balance, and we'll just do some ankle circles. Yeah, I'm going anti-clockwise, maybe 6, 7 times, and then reverse that and go the other way. 7 times. 4, 5, 6, and 7. Good. And swap legs, keeping a hold of the chair for balance. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 clockwise, and 7 anti-clockwise. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Excellent. So that's the ankle and the calves. So we're moving now up to the hamstring. So just grab a hold of the back of your chair and we'll just do some good morning. So take a step back, and it's just a forward flexion so you're parallel with the floor, and then bring yourself upright. Yeah, nice simple forward flexion, pushing your backside back and until you're parallel with the floor, and then up again. So we're just stretching the hamstrings before we contract them. And one more, good morning. That's one good morning for everybody that's on Zoom. And now we'll flex the knee. So we're going to take the heel up towards the bottom. Yeah? Flexion of the knee, which is warming up the hamstring muscles. And we'll do 10 of these. 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Also very good for that weight transfer, which is good for balance. So if you feel you can use the chair for as much, you can hold it with both hands if you want to, hold it with one if you want a progression, or you could try not holding on at all if you're feeling confident. So we'll just do one more for the knee. We'll do it. We've done the flexion, so we'll do extensions. So just raising the leg, and we're just straightening out that knee. Now we're warming up the quad muscles by extending the knee joint. 5, do 10 of these. 6, 7, if you want to see that from the side, it's 8, 9, and 10. Excellent. And then the other leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Awesome. Good. So that's ankles and knees. So we're moving now into the hips, and we'll start with our abduction. So, and you can swap again that weight transfer, transferring weight from one side of the body to the other. 3, working the glutes. 4, 5, and 6, 7, starting to warm up a little bit. 8, 9, and 10. Good. And then we'll get into our extension. So we're working the biggest muscle that we have, the glute maximus. And it's really important in this one that the knee stays straight. So try not to bend the knee at all. Keep the knee nice and straight and just raise the toe just a few inches off the floor. You should really feel it in that glute muscle there. You can alternate legs if you want, or you can do it all on one side and then switch. But I think that transferring of weight from one side to the other is a really good thing to practice. Because again, it comes back to that falls prevention skills that we've covered. The ability to compensate by moving out of the way or regaining your balance if you slip or trip. So transferring weight from one side to the other is a really good skill to get honed. And 10, awesome. And then we'll just do some nice, simple, nice little tiny hip circles. We'll do 5 one way, 3, 4, and 5, and then 5 the other way. 2, 3, 4, and 5. And if we were doing a full length senior strength and stretch, we might now get into doing some sit down, stand up squats. But because we're just a little bit pushed for time, we're doing a mini workout, we might just do the movement pattern. We won't actually sit down into the seat, but you can hold on if you need to for balance. But just make sure you're going back into the hip and keeping the weight down into the heels as you push back into the hip for that hip break or hip hinge movement pattern. Yeah, that's it. And one more. Excellent, good. So that's our lower limbs, should be nice and warm in the legs. And we're just moving now into the obliques, so we'll do side bend. So just bend into the side, nice and easy, no force. Just gentle, just go to your range of motion. Don't push it, we're just warming up these big muscles at the side of the body, the obliques, which govern the side bend movement and the twisting movement. Maria, can you keep a time?
Yeah.
Do you know how long we've gone for?
I've got 6.5 minutes.
Okay, thanks. And hands here, and we'll just do the twisting. Again, the obliques. Three. And 4. If this goes online and you get to do this in your own time, you can do a few more of these if you need to. But we'll just do one more. And done. Excellent. Right, now we're into the shoulders, and we'll do some shoulder shrugs. It's a great exercise to do, shoulder shrug. And 3, we'll do 5 of them. And 4, really squeezing the ears with the shoulders. And last one. Good. And then shoulder shrug and rolling back and down. Yeah. So squeeze the ears and then drop the shoulders back and drop the shoulders down. And back and down. 3, and back and down for 4, and 5. Excellent. Arms, bicep curls, just flexing the elbow. So as we always say, this is all about moving every joint in the body, because from the joints run all the ligaments, all the tendons, all the muscles, all the fascia. They all connect at some point into the joints. So if we move every joint, then we've done a full body workout. And the other exercise sessions so far have all been about isolating muscles. This is about connecting the whole body through when we get there. And then just the tricep, so that's the extension of the elbow. Working the tricep muscles. So they're nice and warm. Excellent. And then finally we'll just do a little bit of work in the neck. So we're just going to drop that right ear down to the right shoulder for that gentle stretch. And then the other side, left down to left shoulder. And right again. And left. And right. And left. Fantastic. Should be good. So I'll just briefly pause there to see if anybody has any questions about anything we've just done. But that was a full body warm up from the toes all the way up to the head. Just isolating every joint, making sure we've worked every joint. So if anybody has any questions, we might just pause there just to take a question if you have one. Anything? No?
Everyone's good?
And is that a good...
Thumbs up if you're good.
Yeah. Is that a good speed? Is that like...
I think that's all right.
Yeah? Okay, great. All right, so if you want to grab your dumbbell, we'll get into... Yeah. We'll get into our sling work. So actually, Maria, can I just borrow you? Actually, Matt, I'll borrow you. Can you just... We'll just get Matt involved. And Matt, if you face that wall there. Yeah. So the sling it's a connective train or sling of muscle, ligaments and fascia. And it connects the body from under here. So under this arm here we've got this massive big muscle called the lat, the latissimus dorsi, and then it runs across the lower back, the TFL or tensor fascia lata, down through the ITB, iliotibial band, and all the way down to the perineals here. So all four exercises that we're about to do connect your body diagonally from one arm right the way through down to the ankle on the other side. Yeah, this connective band of fascia and muscle and ligaments. So this is what we're going to work today for the next 15 minutes or so. Thanks, Matt. So if you want to grab your dumbbell, I'll be working with this 1 kilo. No, I won't. I'll be working with this one. I'll be working with a reasonable 4 kilos. I got derided for using 2 kilos on my last exercise. And the first one, so holding the chair for balance, and we're going to stand on one leg. So standing on your left leg to start with, and you've got your dumbbell in your right hand, yeah? So left leg is your working leg, right arm is your working arm. We're connecting underneath the right arm to the ankle on the left leg. So from here, standing on one leg, you're holding your chair for balance, and we're just going to do a lat raise. So lateral raise for the shoulder. Don't go any higher than shoulder height. And we're going to do 12 single leg balance lat raises. Breathing out as you raise that dumbbell. Breathing in as you bring it down. 10, 11 and 12. So as well as feeling it here, you should, if you're doing it properly, really feel it in here in the standing leg. Yeah, the working leg. And then maybe move the chair to the other side so you can still see the screen. And we're now standing on the right leg, holding on with the right hand, dumbbell in the left hand. Yeah, have we all made the transition? Yeah. And 12 lat raises, standing balanced on that right leg. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. Excellent. And if we had more time, we'd do at least one more set of that. So 2 sets of 12 of that would be fantastic. But just because I want to get through all 4 of these exercises, we'll leave that one there and move on to our second one. So that's a standing, a balanced, single leg lat raise. Yeah, standing on one leg and raising laterally across the body. So our next one is we're going to do a reverse lunge. So the reverse lunge, go from here and you step back. Yeah, so just step back, just as far as you're comfortable going. You don't have to be massively long, just to your range of motion where you're comfortable, you're holding on. I'll just show you that from the side. So it just looks like this. Try, if you can, to keep this shin vertical, so you're keeping your knees over the ankles, just stepping back into that reverse lunge as far as you're comfortable going, holding onto the chair. And as we do that, so we've got our right hand on the chair, so we're going to be keeping our right leg forward. So we're stepping back with the left leg, the dumbbells in the left hand, and we're doing a bicep curl. Yeah? So as you step back with the left leg, your working leg is your right leg, so that's your forward leg, that's the one you're working, and your left arm. We're going back into lunge with the right leg and bicep curl with the right arm. 2. How do they look, Maria?
Good. Yeah. They're all following. All going well.
5. Starting to get out of breath. My glutes are starting to burn a little bit. And 6. I'll just show you the last 6 from the side. I hope that knees stay back at the ankle.
Very good, Carl.
Lunges. And one last time. If you want to progress it, you can do longer lunges. And one last time. Reverse lunge with a bicep curl. So that's exercise number 2. And again, that's one set of 12 each side. Do another set if you've got more time and you're doing it by yourself. The next one is, I'll start on this side. So you're holding on with your left hand. So your left leg is your working leg, is the one that we'll be keeping on the floor. And we're doing a shoulder press with knee raise. Yeah? So we're connecting this ankle through to this arm by knee raise to shoulder press. Make sure you keep this in neutral. Don't have it abducted. Keep it here so it's nice and safe, so the risk of injuries is minimal. Yeah, 2, breathing out as you press. 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And ideally, this press here, when you get to here, you should be the weight absolutely over the shoulder and the elbow fully extended, but not locked. So don't lock the joint. And if you want a progression on that, if you find that comfortable, then you could, again, do a reverse lunge and then come sweeping through. If you wanted it to make it a little bit harder, get a bit more cardio element in it. So this time we are holding on with the right hand, we're standing on the right leg, we're knee raise with the left leg and shoulder press with the left arm. Yeah? 2, breathing out as you press. 3, what's the time, Matt?
18.
4, 5, 6, breathing out. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Awesome. I'm starting to sweat now. I hope you are too. So the last one is a single leg deadlift. So quite a complicated movement pattern.
Stewart, can I just interject
Yeah.
for a moment? So while I can see that some people are looking a little bit tired. So when you are doing this at home, you can take a rest in between. Okay, so if you need to sit down to catch your breath, that is okay. Alright, so you don't have to do them quick one after the other. So just remember to listen to your body and do what you can when you can. If you can't complete all the 12 repetitions, just do as many as you can, and then you build up to that 12 over some time. Okay, so if anyone needs to have a drink of water now, feel free to have one, and then Stewart will set up to do the next exercise. We're all good? Thumbs up? Nice. Beautiful. Okay.
So I'll do this one side on. So holding on with the right hand, and so the working leg is our right leg, and it's a single leg deadlift. So from here, there's no movement in the arm at all. So as you flex forward, as you tip forward, this arm should just hang from the shoulder. So there's no bending the elbow or any activity all in that hand. So what we do is from here, we're on the right leg, lift the left leg, and it's a forward flexion. So we're just tipping forward. Ideally, the back and that leg would be in a straight line. But again, you go as low as you're comfortable going. So you might only do this. That's fine. As long as you've got that back leg off the floor and the weight hanging from the shoulder, job done. Yeah, so just go as far as you can. But if you want to challenge, try and get that straight line from the back through the leg. There is a slight bend in that standing leg, so you could do it with a straight leg. That's a different exercise. But there's a slight bend as we tip forward for a single leg deadlift. Yeah, 3 and 4 and 5, 6, and I'm getting that in the glute on the standing leg. I'm also getting it in the glute on the leg that's lifting. So double whammy. What's that? 8, 9, and we're still holding on. If you wanted to not hold on, you could. If you wanted to just put one finger on the chair, just that little steadier, you can do that too.
And you can have a rest.
12.
Okay, if you're starting to feel dizzy, just have a seat. Kathy, are you okay? Give me a thumbs up, please. Have a drink of water. Maybe you need to have a seat and have a drink of water.
Yeah. And we'll just do the other side. So left hand on the chair, left leg is our working leg, and so we're going to raise the right leg and drop that right side down to the floor, all the way to that straight line from the back through the leg and parallel with the floor, if you can. If you're just going to here, that's fine too. Just make sure there's that bend in the standing leg to allow you to do that single leg deadlift. 8, 9, 10, 2 more, 11, and 12. Fantastic. And again, you can do 2 sets of that if you're doing it in your own time. But that's 4 exercises that all connect the body diagonally through. It ties in absolutely with the falls prevention work that we've done in past videos. It's strengthening, it's connecting, it gets the cardiovascular system working as well, so it's got a little bit of everything in it.
I can see a few of you getting a little bit hot, which is good. Means our circulation is happening, our heart is working hard, which is great. So have a rest.
Yeah, that's it.
Stuart's sweating, oh my gosh.
I'm feeling quite warm actually, and my glutes are feeling it, so really, job done.
Yeah, so make sure you've got some water next to you. Have a drink of water, always good to hydrate yourself. And have a seat and just rest if you need to.